Welcome to the weekly dose of self-care, presented by your neighborhood pharmacist. Today, we're going to talk about how to treat coughing in just 5 minutes. There are many triggers of cough. The most common one is when you have a cold and that's causing a cough. Next thing is something called a smoker's cough. It's because there are irritants inside the cigarettes that end up causing the lungs become triggered and causing a cough. When you have allergies, sometimes there's something called a postnasal drip, where there's mucus that goes down your throat and causes a tickle, so that causes you to cough as well. Last thing is, if your heartburn is poorly controlled, that may also lead to a cough. So if you have any questions about how to control smoking, allergies, or heartburn, there are other videos in the channel that teaches you how to manage those. If your coughing lasts greater than 3 weeks, or is caused by medications, or you have a fever greater than 40.5 degrees Celsius, then you will need to see the doctor about it. There are two kinds of cough, a dry and a wet cough. Essentially, the difference between them is when you cough, you feel there's some sort of liquid or phlegm inside them, then that's considered a wet cough. And it's very important to know what kind of cough you have, because if you choose the wrong product to help your symptoms, then sometimes you might make things worse. Let's say, for example, if you have a wet cough but you use a dry cough medication, then what will happen is that the mucus that should come out is going to be stuck inside your lungs instead. As always, here is a non-medication approach to help with a dry cough. So there's something called a buckwheat honey that you can try. So again, it's not all kinds of honey, it has to be a buckwheat honey, just because there's more special properties associated with this kind of honey. Now if you do decide to use it, you take 1 teaspoon half an hour before bedtime. And what this will do is that it will make your nighttime cough less frequent. The other thing is that you have to be greater than 1 year old in order to use this honey, because there are some toxins inside that the body cannot process as a baby. Now I'm going to share 2 secret ingredients for you to remember, the dextromethorphan as well as guanfacine. So the dextromethorphan is used for a dry cough. Another way to remember it is called the double D, while the guanfacine is for a wet cough. In terms of how they act differently, dextromethorphan basically makes sure it suppresses the cough so you don't cough anymore. Then guanfacine makes the phlegm easier to remove as well as making it thinner. So remember the names, dextromethorphan and guanfacine. This way, it will help you choose among the sea of cough products much better instead of looking at the packaging only. For dextromethorphan and guanfacine, they both have to be used for someone greater than 6 years old. Side effects are very similar. It may cause some dizziness as well as making you sleepy. But for dextromethorphan, if you also have any mood issues as well, then it's best to speak with the doctor before using this. If you're someone who is less than 6 years old, there is no cough medication that's recommended. But if you absolutely want to try something for your kid, then you can try this Prosplan Delicia, which is basically a herbal product that's used for cough and it tastes like honey. Some people find it helpful and some people don't, so it's up to you. Now I'm going to go through a series of products that's on the market to help us cough. And when we go through these, I want you to keep in mind about the 2 medications that we mentioned, the dextromethorphan as well as guanfacine, as a way of you figuring out amongst the sea of products. Sometimes packaging may be straightforward, it will just say it's for dry cough or wet cough, but sometimes it's not as clear. In this case it is. You will see there's Benylin dry cough as well as buckwheat dry cough, but you can always double check the ingredients for dextromethorphan. I will not go through how much to use for each medication, just because it will be written on the box and sometimes there are multiple dosages, so it's easier that way. If you have dry cough as well as pain from coughing so much, then this one might be a good one for you because it also has acetaminophen to help with pain. If you have dry and a wet cough, then you can use Robitussin cough control. Now if you have dry cough, wet cough, and you're also diabetic, then look for the one that says sugar-free. If you have a wet cough, then you can choose between these 2 products. So the left one is a syrup and the right one is a tablet, but they both work equally well. It all depends on what you prefer. If you have painful coughing, then you can try Halls or Cepacol. Halls has menthol, which gives you a minty feeling, but if your pain is more severe, then you can use Cepacol, which has benzocaine, which is a numbing agent, so it will be much stronger for helping with the pain. Here is just a summary slide for you. Remember to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll see you next Saturday at 8 p.m. Bye!